My name is Alicia Paz. I'm a visual artist. I was at the Fondation des États-Unis from 1993 to 94 with the Harry Hale Woolley Scholarship. It's kind of difficult to compare a university with an art school independently of American versus French. Nevertheless, the art teaching at Berkeley there was a huge emphasis on the California art culture and the art scene of California, and in particular of the San Francisco Bay Area. And also in Berkeley, I would be taking art classes with people who were studying all kinds of other subjects. It wasn't only art students. Whereas at the École des Beaux-Arts, it was both very traditional and also very avant-garde at the same time. It has very traditional techniques, and then at the same time you would have Barbara Kruger or somebody from another country coming to do a seminar. So I'm very happy that I was able to have both the UC Berkeley experience followed by the École des Beaux-Arts. They're very complementary. The year I graduated from the École des Beaux-Arts, my work was purchased by the City of Paris Municipal Collection and by the FRAC Île-de-France, which is a regional art fund. And then I moved to London in 1999, partly through a residency program. I was part of an artist residency program called Delphina Studio Trust in London. And at the same time, my husband was offered a job in London. So that kind of coincided. And we thought, oh yeah, we'll go there for a year or two. And 20 years later, we're still here. When I arrived in London, I was at Delphina. Then I did a postgraduate course at Goldsmiths College in London. And that was completely different from the École des Beaux-Arts, radically different and very, very interesting, very challenging also, because it's a very rigorous program, and they don't divide, it's not by medium. Some art schools in London will teach art by medium, like painting versus sculpture or photography. They do all the media together. Then my son was born, so the arrival of children in an artist's career is always a big event. It really impacted my work. I think my work became more feminist. I was really aware of gender after that. And it really changed my practice in that sense. I was able to work with more other institutions, with the FRAC Languedoc-Roussillon. They purchased some works, and I was part of a regional biennial. Casanova Forever was the title of the regional biennial. It's funny because every time you do something, the other things come out of it. So my work was seen in that regional biennial by the curator of a German museum in Magdeburg. It's near Berlin. And that led to several projects with that museum in Germany. I've been in London now for 20 years. I worked with several galleries, so Pippi Holdsworth, Daniel Arnaud, the Agency, School Gallery, and more recently with Della Sposa Gallery. And I also had the chance to show in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, with Ruth Ben-Sakar Gallery in 2005. And that also came through a residency experience where I met an artist from Portugal who invited us to do a show in Portugal. And I met this Argentinian dealer in Porto. So it's a lot of coincidences in an art career. There's a lot of the chance to meet someone or sharing a studio with someone. I guess it's a lot of chance and a lot of hard work also, but one thing leads to another. I mean, being at the Fondation des États-Unis was very much a part of that career, because having that studio, during the time I had the studio there, I was able to develop my practice in a more focused way, because at the Beaux-Arts I didn't have hardly any room. So it was really nice to have that extra space and kind of have that privacy also to develop work and not being watched all the time. So that was quite nice to have. And I won an award that year. I think it was with Schlumberger, which is a French company. And they did it was like a corporate sponsorship young artists award, and they produced a catalog, and we did the photo shoot in the studio of the Fondation des États-Unis.